What is up, everybody? My name is Logan, and I am on a mission to implement decentralized governance into the fabric of society. We have another AMA here today. We got a lot of exciting questions to go through. I'm here with my friend Justin. Justin, how's it going?
Doing well. What's up, everybody?
All right, so another Thursday here. Hope everyone is having a good week. Justin, to start us off, tell me something since we last talked that was cool that happened.
Some just exciting news out of the crypto sphere in this new administration. Just this morning, I saw that Senator Lummis has been appointed to the digital asset chair position. So she's very pro crypto, has been involved in recommending some of the strategic Bitcoin reserve and also some other crypto bills in the past. So cool to see somebody who's so pro crypto getting such a relevant spot in the new administration.
Yeah, and on top of that, I know we had a conversation this morning that the state of Florida, for 3 years, there's been a bill that's been being tossed around to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the state of Florida as well. So I think you're going to see this type of thing popping up all over the country, all over the world, really. So that's really exciting times. An exciting thing that happened recently for me is last night I went down to Fort Lauderdale, and I got to sit in a room with about 9 different people that work for this rather large organization. And one really cool thing about this organization is they have a position in their organization that is the director of decentralization. And his main task right now is to figure out how to implement a DAO into their processes. So super excited about all of the different things happening within Clarity, within the broader crypto ecosystem. So without further ado, let's jump into some of the questions that you guys submitted as part of the AMA. Thanks again for everyone for participating in that. We're excited to unpack a lot of these questions. So to start off, this person said, I want more clarification on how the AMA works. So really how it works is each week, me and Justin hop on a call just like this. In a governance action, any community member is able to submit a question that they want us to answer. We pretty much take 10 or so of the most relevant questions and we unpack them on this call. So that's how it works. You'll be seeing these come out often, and this is how we want to keep everyone in the know on what's going on at a high level with Clarity. The next one is we had an exciting announcement this week to launch the Clarity Ambassador Program. And with the Clarity Ambassador Program, we're really excited to introduce this new way of community distribution. And really what this is all about is growing the KPIs that are most important to the Clarity DAO. So this includes TVL, users, the amount of organizations on the platform. And really, this is a program that can be completed asynchronously, where the ambassadors will be able to learn exactly how the Clarity platform works. How do you kind of go into an organization and communicate the benefits that they can get from implementing decentralized governance and the various tools that Clarity provides. And really, we're having a small cohort of ambassadors. It could be 2, 3, 4, up to 5 people that we'll have in this first run. And really, what we need from these ambassadors is they have to have a basic understanding of Clarity. It's helpful if they have a network in a specific vertical that they want to see decentralized governance thrive in. And it also helps to have a good understanding of Cardano's current projects, because those are a lot of the projects that need governance the most and are looking to implement decentralized governance the most. So there is a Medium article out where you can read all about it, what the program entails, how it'll work, how ambassadors are rewarded, and the role they play in the ecosystem. So super excited about that. And with the next question, I'll kick it off to Justin. Are there any upcoming features or updates that we should be excited about? What have you been working on the technical side?
Yeah, and then can we loop back to the last question after this? Just have something that I want to close off that, but happy to talk about the new features for right now. As far as the new features that we will be implementing right now, we're working on a badge system. That sounds kind of like a small feature just to add a badge to somebody's profile, but really it is going to really revolutionize how the Clarity platform works. So right now, kind of everything in Clarity is set up kind of in a more traditional Web 2 way, where you have admins and you have members. So the admins can create certain things. They can toggle a couple things on for members to be able to do in the platform. So whether that's create a new proposal or something like that, but ultimately it's limited to kind of those two permission sets. What Badges does is it completely opens up the ability for kind of more fine-grained permissions in the Clarity platform. So think of it like Discord permissions, Discord badges. It's super similar to that. So basically, users will be able to earn badges on the Clarity platform. So tying it back to the ambassador program, you could earn an ambassador badge, and then that would give you permission, which the administrator could set up to be able to take certain platform actions that were previously restricted only to admins. So I think that this is super interesting, and it allows for there not to be such a delineation between admins and members, just because that's ultimately not how DAOs are ideally set up. It's kind of a more collaborative structure where people have certain roles that they're responsible for in the DAO. So I think that this lends itself super nicely to that.
Yeah, and as an example, one other question that was asked was the delay in approving the quests and raids and stuff. What the badges actually open up is now we'll be able to have, whether it's ambassadors or trusted community members, they'll be able to get a badge, which then can give them access to actually have the power to approve and disapprove. So we can have more than just a few people that are able to approve these different quests that community members are putting in. So super big unlock there in terms of building out a dynamic organizational structure for your DAO. The next thing in the pipeline that will be released soon is the delegated voting within the Agora framework. So what this will allow is, right now, when you have voting power within a DAO on Clarity, you can vote directly yourself, but with this, you'll be able to actually delegate your vote to other members of the DAO that you may think are more plugged in, or paying more attention to the governance. You trust their opinion. So that'll be really cool as well. Then the last one, I'll let you touch on this one, is the SPO and DREP voting calculations.
Yeah, so really this is a way for SPOs and DREPs to be able to consider who delegates to them. So we'll be able to basically let you create a formula that considers both the amount of time that somebody's delegated and the amount of ADA that they have delegated to create a voting power for your constituents. And then basically this allows DREPs and SPOs to use Clarity to gather sentiment from their delegators. So they can come on, they can have a poll, people voting on that poll get voting power from delegating to that individual. And it's a good way for them to run temp checks or gather sentiment from the community, which I think is super important, especially now that the Plomin hard fork is approved and we're marching our way towards on-chain governance. So this will be a great way for these people to get that feedback to inform kind of how they vote now that their on-chain vote for the Cardano ecosystem as a whole is more important now than ever.
Yeah, and I know you wanted to circle back to the ambassador program.
Just wanted to highlight that while we are, selecting a group of individuals to kind of go through this learning process with Clarity and kind of refining how those people are approaching potential organizations. I do think it's important just to highlight the fact that the incentives that are available for referring DAOs to Clarity are available to anybody, whether you're an ambassador or not. As you've seen in the ecosystem, we're kind of changing around a little bit of how Clarity is distributed, which I think we'll get into a little bit more. But this just shows, the new ways that it's possible to earn Clarity, so they're more aligned with things that will help the DAO a lot. But basically, anybody is able to get these big chunks of Clarity for referring these organizations. So that's not limited to the ambassadors. Just wanted to, highlight that.
Yeah, definitely. An important point to put out there is while we are creating the ambassador program, and being an ambassador, I think is very valuable because you'll be equipped with the tools to know how to onboard and teach and level up your ability to accomplish those. It is open to everyone. So next question we have here are, what are Clarity's plans to integrate multi-signature wallets? This is a work in progress here. So as you may know, we have this proposal that got funded by Mesh, or it's a joint proposal by Mesh, us, and Fluid Tokens. So together we're going to be building a really cool multi-signature wallet that we will incorporate into Clarity at some point, in order to allow for DAOs to have access to, multi-signature wallets that can be associated with DAOs as sub-DAOs and different committees, whatever you want to use them for. So super excited about that one. Next question, and I'll let you start this one. How does Clarity DAO plan to differentiate itself in the competitive DAO ecosystem?
Yeah, I think that where we try to spend a lot of our time differentiating ourselves is kind of meeting people wherever they are on their DAOification journey or blockchain governance journey. So whether you're just getting started and you have no digital assets and you just want to vote based on a meritocracy, we can help you to facilitate that. If you just want to record votes and publish the results on a blockchain, we can help you facilitate that. If you have tokenized voting, we can kind of move more in that direction and run votes that are based on how much Cardano assets a member holds. And then, at the extreme version, we have fully on-chain and transparent governance, where we facilitate smart contract-driven treasuries that are controlled by on-chain votes with Cardano native assets. So I think that our kind of superpower is wherever you fall on that spectrum, we're not going to force you to completely change how you run your organization. We have a product to kind of meet you where you are, and a clear path to leveling you up to, further steps down that DAOification journey.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think one of the main differentiators that we'll always pride ourselves on is an easy to use interface in order to do all of these things. Oftentimes when people get introduced to DAOs, it's very confusing. But what we want to do is make a streamlined user interface where people can come in, they can join a community, and they can participate right away without having any confusion. So we'll continue to put a lot of thought into the products that we release and the features that we release to make sure that they are easy to use for the end user, whether they have blockchain knowledge or not. So this next question was to give context. It was about the last AMA, when we talked about how we built the tool for the Cardano Constitutional Convention. This was a tool that was able to onboard all the delegates, and then the delegates casted their vote, and these votes were posted on chain. And this kind of made us realize that, the hunger for blockchain governance, our intuition in the past was that, real world organizations aren't that interested in blockchain governance. So we need to go after blockchain native projects, whether it's DeFi protocols or different projects in the Cardano ecosystem. But with the blockchain governance tool that we built, we realized that there was a lot more, interest in implementing blockchain governance outside of DAOs. So Justin, what are kind of our thoughts on that right now, and what kind of use cases do you see this type of product being used for?
Yeah, we're really just realizing that there's a big kind of administrative burden on organizations just to track, meeting minutes and official votes, and then to host that in a place that is permanent and transparent and retrievable is a whole process. So the great thing about the blockchain, obviously, is that the data that gets posted there is permanent and immutable. So it's kind of a good meeting point to meet some of these real world organizations where, even if we're not trying to convince them right out of the box to become a fully on-chain DAO and move all their money into a stable coin and put it in a DAO treasury, while that may be a bit extreme, it is kind of easier to meet them where they are right now. Look at, a board meeting and figure out how we could record executive decisions on chain so that they're permanent and transparent. So that definitely brings into question some capabilities that I think Cardano is well suited to capitalize on, like privacy here in the next year or so. But that is kind of where our head is at for right now.
Yep. So how is the partnership between Clarity and the government of Japan progressing? Can you tell us more about that project?
Yeah, so we are beginning the sale of Japan House DAO membership units. So to learn more about joining the Japan House DAO, check out the tweet that Logan is sharing screen of right now. Basically, this is a link to sign up for a webinar happening on January 28th. So in this webinar, we'll meet with some of the boots on the ground out in Japan. We'll also be meeting with some of the Clarity and Endmaker teams, walking through kind of exactly some more details on what exactly the opportunity is to invest in. So we'll be showing kind of the house, showing the area that it's in, showing the projections for revenue and things like that, and where this project plans to go in the future. But yeah, in general, there's a big problem in Japan with unused real estate, and if we can use this as a proof of concept, I think that is a super fruitful kind of avenue to pursue. Since Japan is leaning into DAOs and Web3 and also have this very real problem of needing people to buy and maintain these homes.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity for the Cardano community to get introduced to this project, and a lot of legwork has gone into it, working with the Japanese regulators, making sure that the way that the DAO will operate is compliant and all that stuff. And now that we have all that sorted out, it's time to bring it to the community. And own some real estate in Japan as a DAO. So looking forward to that. It's definitely an innovative project, and if you want to be part of it, definitely go see that tweet and click that link and register for the webinar. So the next question we had is, why is there a somewhat reduction in allocation? And this is referring to the allocation to the raid. And really what this is all about is, the community distribution of the Clarity DAO is still on track. And the mandate of the Clarity DAO is to help improve the KPIs that are most are the most relevant to the DAO. So this includes TVL, users, organizations on the platform, unique voters. So really what we're doing is we're continuing to experiment with this community distribution. We're putting some more towards the ambassador program. We'll continue to have the raids because they are helpful, but in terms of improving those underlying metrics that are most important for the health of the Clarity DAO, we're seeing what else we can do in order to give the right allocations to the people contributing to most to the community. Just not sure if you had any other comments on that.
Yeah, so just to reemphasize what Logan just said, the schedule of community distribution emissions remains the same. It's just being recategorized rather than in the Quest raid rather than in the raid reward bucket, we're moving some of that into instant claims, which loops back to what we were talking about earlier with the ambassador program. Anybody is able to refer a DAO and generate an instant claim. So basically, that is how the funds are moving around. It's still going out the same rate. It's just changing the percentage going to each bucket to try to align more with the KPIs of the DAO.
Awesome. All right, guys, those are the questions that we had for today. Justin, any last words?
Thank you all for tuning in again. Hopefully we get a Bitcoin strategic reserve formally announced by the next time we hop on one of these.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend. It's almost Friday. We'll see you guys next week.